And people across the region are mourning the passing of Jack Reed Sr. Those who knew him say he had a passion for people, a love of learning, and the desire and determination to improve the community that he called home. WCBI's Allie Martin has more on his life.
Well, I'm a Yankee, and my first impression of Jack Reed was I was very impressed with him.
Dick Hill first met Jack Reed Sr. in the late 1950s when Hill's family opened a Western auto store right across from Reed's department store. Hill soon became a regular member of the Coffee Club.
The group was made up primarily of downtown businessmen. There were a lot of professionals, and we had a lot of politicians, city aldermen, city councilmen, mayors would come by.
For years, the Coffee Club met at the former TKE drugstore. Now coffee clubbers gather at Cafe 212. Hill says many folks have a perception that politics were discussed and policies determined over coffee, but he says that was never the case.
Just an ordinary coffee group that got together, enjoyed one another, and talked about old things and old times and what the family was doing, the kids, the grandkids, and things like that.
But there was a game played nearly every day by regulars.
We'd play a numbers game, and the loser would have to buy coffee for the group. One member of the group picked a number between 1 and 1,000, and he wrote it down on a piece of paper and didn't let anybody else see it. And then you'd go around and take, each one would take a turn, picking a number, and it gradually narrowed down where there were just a few numbers left, and somebody would hit it. And if you hit the number, called the number, then you had to buy the coffee.
At Reed's downtown store, Clyde Biddle is on the job. The chief financial officer was hired by Jack Sr. 41 years ago. Biddle says he can't imagine working anywhere else, and he says the Reeds care about each and every employee.
My wife had MS, and she for 15 years was in a nursing home, and they allowed me to, before that, to go home when I needed to, never questioned when I needed to go home. And I mean, you can't find that anywhere else.
As a businesswoman and member of the Junior Auxiliary of Tupelo, Trentis Embler says she was blessed to know Mr. Reed.
Mr. Jack, I'm thankful that our paths of life have crossed. I'm thankful for the father and the husband you've been, and I just thank you so much for loving so many of us and loving this community. Rest in peace, my friend.
In Tupelo, I'm Allie Martin, WCBI News.
And friends of Jack Reed Sr. say he truly enjoyed making a positive difference in the community and throughout the state.